It was a quiet night. The forest was dark and the wind was soft. Jack sat alone in his small wooden cabin, deep in the woods. He was drinking coffee, staring at the fire. He liked the quiet. He liked being far from the world. After the war, he didn't want people. He wanted peace. But then, something broke the sky. Boom! A loud crash shook the ground. Jack jumped up. His cup fell to the floor. A bright light flashed through the trees. It was fast like a star falling, but it hit the ground hard. Jack grabbed his flashlight and rifle. His soldier instincts came back. He moved quickly, boots crunching over leaves. The night was cold, but sweat ran down his back. As he got closer to the crash, he saw smoke rising. Trees were broken. Birds had flown away. Then he saw it. A crater, big, burning, like something fell from space. Jack pointed his light at the center. His eyes went wide. There, in the middle of the crater, was a girl. She was lying on the ground, not moving. Her skin glowed faint blue. Her hair was white, almost silver, shining in the dark. She had no clothes, only glowing marks on her arms and legs. Strange symbols, alien symbols. Jack's heart raced. Was she dead? Human? What was she? He stepped closer. The heat was strong. But he pushed through. Then, she opened her eyes. Her eyes were not human. They were bright purple, glowing in the dark. She looked at Jack with fear. Her lips moved, but no sound came out. She tried to sit up, then fell back weak. Jack dropped to his knees beside her. "Hey, can you hear me? Are you okay?" She blinked. Her mouth opened slowly. "Please," she whispered. Jack took off his jacket and covered her. "It's okay. You're safe now. I got you." Suddenly, the ground behind him cracked. Jack turned fast, holding his rifle. The forest behind them was moving. Something big was walking there. Trees creaked, leaves rustled. He couldn't see it, but he could feel it. The girl grabbed his hand. Her fingers were cold and shaking. She whispered again, They're coming." Jack didn't ask questions. He lifted her up in his arms. She was light, too light. Her body was warm now, but weak. He looked back at the forest once more. The sounds were closer now. Whatever was out there, it was hunting her. Jack ran. Branches hit his face. Roots pulled at his feet. But he didn't stop. He carried her all the way back to his cabin. Inside, he locked the door, closed the curtains, and placed her gently on the couch. The girl shivered under the blanket. Jack lit the fireplace and gave her warm water. She drank slowly, like she hadn't had anything in days. Jack sat beside her. "What's your name?" he asked softly. She looked at him with tired eyes. "I don't know," he nodded. "That's okay. You're safe now." But in his heart, he knew something was wrong. Nothing about tonight was normal. Outside, the forest was quiet again. Too quiet. He watched through the window. Then, in the distance, he saw two red lights between the trees. Not eyes, not fire, something else. They blinked once, and were gone. Back inside, the girl had fallen asleep. Her breathing was slow. Her skin still glowed gently. Jack didn't sleep that night. He sat with the rifle in his lap, eyes on the door. The forest was hiding something. And whatever it was, it wanted the girl. She came from the stars. She had no name, no clothes, number, hope. Just a broken voice. And a secret, asterisk. The girl woke up screaming. It was still dark outside. The fire in the cabin had gone out. Jack rushed to her side. Her body was glowing again, brighter this time. She held her head, eyes wide with fear. "It's okay," Jack said quickly. "You're safe. No one's here." She didn't hear him. She was lost in a memory one she didn't understand. Her hands shook. Her chest rose fast. Her skin lit up with those strange symbols again, glowing like fireflies. Then, silence. She stopped screaming and stared at the mirror on the wall. Jack turned to look. In the reflection, she didn't see a girl. She saw something else, someone she didn't know. Her fingers touched her face slowly, like she didn't believe it was hers. "I don't know me," she said softly. Jack sat down beside her. "You crashed from the sky. You were hurt. You're not from here, are you?" She looked at him, unsure. "I don't know where I came from. I only remember." She closed her eyes. "Running, hiding, screaming." Jack nodded slowly. "Something was chasing you. I saw lights last night in the woods. Red ones, like eyes." Her whole body tensed. "They found me?" "No," Jack said firmly. "Not yet. You're safe here. But I need to know. What are you?" The girl tried to speak, but the words wouldn't come. She looked down at her hands. A small spark of light flickered between her fingers. Just for a second. Then it was gone. "I'm broken," she whispered. "I was something, but they took it. They took everything." Jack stood up and walked toward the window. He opened it a little and listened. Birds, wind, nothing else. He turned back to her. "You don't remember your name?" She shook her head. He thought for a moment. "Then until you do, I'll call you Star. You fell from the sky after all." She smiled just a little. "Star, I like it." Jack gave her warm clothes and some soup. She ate slowly, still weak. Her skin was warmer now, not glowing so much. He asked her questions, but most she couldn't answer. "Where did you come from? What do they want from you? Why did they chase you?" She only said one thing clearly: "They want me dead." That night, Jack heard something again, a clicking sound outside the cabin. Not an animal, not wind, something unnatural. He grabbed his rifle and flashlight. Star stood behind him. "Don't go. I have to check." He stepped outside. The air was still, cold. He walked around the cabin slowly. The light moved across trees and dirt. Nothing. But then, near the edge of the forest, he saw it. A circle burned into the ground, fresh, same size as the crater. He stepped closer and knelt. The grass was gone. The dirt was black. In the center of the circle was a small metallic object. It was smooth, round, and had the same glowing symbol Star had on her skin. Jack picked it up carefully. It was warm. Then it pulsed, one blink of blue light. Then silence. He didn't like it. When he returned inside, Star saw the object and froze. She stood up fast, eyes full of fear. "That's theirs," she said. "They left it to find me." "What is it?" Jack asked. "A marker. A signal. They know I'm here now." Jack looked at her. "Then we have to move. We can't stay here." She nodded. "They will come, soon." That night, Jack packed supplies, guns, water, food. Star sat by the fire, staring into the flames. She whispered to herself, over and over, "Run, hide, survive." But something inside her was waking up. Something stronger than fear. And outside, deep in the trees, red lights blinked again. Watching, waiting, asterisk. Something was breathing behind the trees. Not wind. Not an animal. This was heavy, slow. Watching. Jack didn't move. He stood at the edge of the forest, rifle ready, heart loud in his chest. Star stood behind him, her bare feet on the cold ground, her skin glowing softly in the moonlight. They had left the cabin an hour ago. It was no longer safe. The strange signal, the glowing object, meant they were being tracked. And now, they were not alone. Jack turned his head slowly. "Don't make a sound," he whispered. Star nodded once, her eyes wide. She didn't need to speak. She felt it too, something in the dark, hunting them. Then came the clicking, sharp, fast, close. Click, click, click. Jack pulled Star behind a tree. He raised his rifle. His finger touched the trigger. A shadow moved. Not an animal. It had legs. Too many, arms but too long. Its body was covered in black armor, smooth like glass. Its eyes, if they were eyes, glowed red. Jack fired once. The thing moved too fast. The shot missed. The creature let out a strange hiss, then vanished into the trees. Jack grabbed Star's hand. "Run!" They ran through roots, under branches, past fallen logs. The forest was alive with sound. More clicks. More shadows. They didn't look back. After what felt like hours, they reached an old steel door buried in the hillside. Jack had found it years ago, left behind from some forgotten war. A bunker. He pulled the door open with effort. Metal groaned. Dust flew. They slipped inside and closed it behind them. Silence. Inside. The air was cold and smelled like rust. The walls were metal. Old lights flickered above. Star sat on the floor, breathing hard. Her glow had faded. Jack turned on a flashlight and looked around. The place had beds, boxes, a small generator. And on the far wall maps, strange ones. They weren't maps of Earth. Jack stepped closer. The symbols on the maps were like the ones on Star's skin. Star stood slowly. She touched the wall with her fingers. The lights on the map began to blink. 1, 2, 3 dots. "I've seen this before," she said softly. "But I don't know how. What is it?" Jack asked. She looked at him, confused. A warning? Or a message? Jack opened one of the boxes. Inside were weapons. Not human weapons. Sleek, cold, blue light running through them. "I don't think this bunker is from Earth," he said. Star's eyes were fixed on one of the blinking dots. "That one is me," she said. "The others." She stopped. "They were like me." Jack stepped closer. "Were?" She nodded. "They didn't make it." A long silence filled the room. Then Star lifted her sleeve and showed him the marks. "On her arm. They called me 8. I was not the first." Jack felt a cold weight in his chest. What happened to the others? "They were taken, used, broken." Jack clenched his fists. "By the same things that are chasing you." "Yes. And now they are here." Suddenly, a noise echoed through the bunker, not from outside. From deeper below. Jack raised his rifle. Star stood behind him. Another door at the far end. Locked, but something was behind it. Then came a voice. Not human. It spoke a strange language, one Jack didn't know, but Star did. Her face went pale. "They are speaking to me." "What are they saying?" Jack asked. She turned to him slowly. "They say I was not the only one who escaped." Jack looked at the door. The voice spoke again, louder this time. And then, very clearly, in broken English. "Help me." Asterisk. The voice didn't stop. It echoed through the metal walls, broken and strange, like it was coming from deep underwater. Jack kept his rifle up, aiming at the sealed door. Star didn't move. Her eyes stayed locked on the steel, her skin glowing again, but now in pulses like a heartbeat. The voice said it again. Clearer, closer. "Help me." Jack took one step forward. "Is someone alive in there?" No answer, only breathing. Then the lock on the door began to turn on its own. Click, click, click. Jack stepped back. "Get behind me." Star didn't move. Her hand reached toward the door. That voice, I know it. The door creaked open. Inside was darkness. Cold, quiet, and then a boy stepped out. He looked about 14. Pale skin, bright silver eyes. His arms were covered in the same glowing marks as Star's. He wore nothing but a torn gray suit, burned at the edges. His body was shaking. Star gasped. "Tareen." Jack glanced at her. "You know him?" "He was like me," she said. "He was number 6. Tareen's eyes met hers. You got out." His voice was weak, like it came from far away. Star ran to him and held him gently. "How are you alive?" Tareen looked at Jack, then back at her. "They're coming. They followed me here. I tried to hide, but they're inside the earth now." Jack didn't like that. Inside the Earth? They built tunnels, Tareen whispered. They're not just watching anymore. They're preparing. Jack stepped back. Preparing for what? Tareen looked at him with fear in his eyes. For war. The bunker lights flickered. Star helped Tareen sit down. She asked him questions, fast and worried. Jack stood near the door, listening. Something didn't feel right. The boy looked hurt, yes, but something was off. His hands kept twitching. His marks were darker. Red, not blue. Jack leaned toward Star. Are you sure that's him? She nodded. Yes, he was always quiet, always scared, but kind. Tareen looked up suddenly. They didn't want me to escape. They put something inside me. Star froze. What do you mean? Tareen opened his shirt slowly. In the center of his chest. Something pulsed under the skin, a black crystal, alive, moving. Jack pointed his rifle again. That thing, is it a tracker? Tareen's voice cracked. It's worse. It's a key. Before anyone could speak, the wall shook. Dust fell from the ceiling. Lights died. Then, the voice returned, but not from the boy. From everywhere. It wasn't asking for help this time. It was giving a warning. The girl must be returned. The host must not escape. Earth is not protected. Jack and Star looked at each other. Then the floor cracked. Tareen screamed, falling to his knees. The crystal in his chest was glowing, now spreading through his body. Star tried to hold him, but Jack pulled her back. He's turning into something else. Tareen looked up one last time. His voice was not his anymore. They're here. The floor burst open. Metal bent. Lights shattered. Something rose from below. A black machine, part creature, part weapon, tall, with red lights spinning around its face. Long arms, sharp fingers. It scanned the room. Locked on Star. Jack fired. The bullets bounced off. Useless. Star held up her hand. Her marks glowed bright blue. The machine stopped. Star spoke something in the alien language, loud, angry. The machine paused, then slowly backed away and disappeared through the hole. The room fell silent again. Jack stared at her. What did you say to it? Star looked at her hands. I don't know. It came out, like a reflex. Jack lowered his gun. You're starting to remember. She nodded slowly. Pieces. My name, my mission, what they were doing to us. What were they doing? She looked him in the eye. Turning us into weapons. Asterisk. The knock on the metal door came softly. Just once. Jack and Star froze. The bunker was silent. The air was still full of dust from the last attack. Tareen lay unconscious in the corner. The black crystal in his chest now quiet, but still glowing. Another knock. 3 slow taps. Like someone who wasn't afraid. Jack raised his rifle. No one should be out there, not this deep. The voice that followed was calm. Too calm. I'm not here to hurt you. I want to help. It was a man's voice. Clear. No fear. No rush. Jack didn't open the door. Who are you? A short pause. My name is Agent Rhodes. Earth Intelligence. I've been tracking this girl since the object fell. Star stepped back. Jack's voice hardened. How do I know you're not one of them? If I was, Rhodes said, you'd already be dead. Silence. Then the door began to open from the outside. Jack aimed. Star stood behind him, glowing slightly, her hands ready to react. The man who entered didn't look like a soldier. No armor, no helmet. Just a black suit, a gray coat, and sharp eyes that seemed to already know everything. He looked at Star first. So, you're number 8. Jack stepped forward. You know about her? I know everything. We've been watching since the first one fell. Star's voice was soft. You knew we were here? Rhodes nodded. Earth is not blind. We've seen things, hidden them, tried to learn from them. But this, he looked around the bunker. This is different. Jack didn't lower his gun. Why are you here now? Rhodes looked him in the eye. Because she's not the only one who crashed. And the others. They didn't survive. At least not the way you think. Star flinched. What do you mean? He took out a small metal tablet and tapped it. A blue hologram appeared. It showed a creature tall, black, glowing red. Familiar. Jack stepped closer. That's what attacked us. Rhodes nodded. It used to be one of you. Star's glow faded slightly. No, you escaped, Rhodes said. But the others were turned. They're being used to open something. Something buried on this planet for a very long time. Jack lowered his rifle just a little. So, what do you want from us? Rhodes turned back to Star. Your memory, your knowledge, and whatever is inside of you. Jack stepped between them. She's not a weapon, Rhodes smiled. That's what you think. Before anyone could say more, Tarin began to scream again. The crystal in his chest flared black and red. His body lifted. Off the ground. Star ran to him. Tarin. Rhodes didn't move. He watched, curious. Tarin's voice was no longer his. It was deep, echoed, alien. The key is active. The gate will open. Humanity will fall. Jack pulled Star away just in time. A shockwave burst out of Tarin's body, throwing dust and metal. Across the room, the lights died. Sparks flew. When Jack stood again, Rhodes was gone. Vanished. No blood. No body, just the soft hum of something watching. Star looked around, breathing fast. He wasn't one of you, was he? Jack clenched his jaw. No, he was something else. The bunker shook again. From deep below, a hum rose low and steady. A machine had turned on. Star looked at Tarin's still body, then at Jack. They're using him to open the door. Jack nodded slowly. Then we need to find out what's behind it and stop it. Star looked at her hands, now glowing brighter than ever. I think I remember how. Her dream was not a dream. It felt too real. The heat, the light, the screaming. She stood in a long hallway made of glass, floating in the sky. Stars moved around her. Below her feet, the planet burned. Blue oceans turning black, cities crumbling into ash. She wasn't running this time, she was watching. A voice spoke in her head. A familiar one. You are not a weapon, Elia. You are the key to ending this war. She opened her eyes. The bunker was dark, cold, quiet. Jack sat near the broken door, gun across his lap. Tarin lay motionless on the floor, the crystal in his chest now dim. Whatever power had taken him was asleep again. Star sat up slowly. No, not Star. Her name was Elia, and now she remembered. Jack noticed the change before she even spoke. You look different. She nodded once. I remember now. Everything? Enough. He leaned forward. Then tell me, who are you really? She looked at her hands, glowing bright, now clear lines of alien symbols moving gently under her skin like flowing light. My name is Elia. I was not made, I was chosen. Born to protect something they were never meant to find. Jack's eyes narrowed. You mean the crystal in Tarin? The machine underground? She stood, stronger than before. No. I mean the gate, the real one. Buried deep under earth long before humans were even born. Jack stood with her. What does it do? Her voice was quiet, heavy with truth. It ends planets. Jack's blood ran cold. Why would anyone build that? They didn't. It was left here, hidden, locked. And my people, we were the lock. She looked at Tarin. They tried to use us to open it, to break the seal. One by one, they took us, broke us, twisted our gifts, but someone helped me escape. Jack remembered the man Agent Rhodes. He said he wanted to help. He lied, Elia said. He's not human. He's one of them, a watcher. They don't fight with guns. They fight with control. Jack looked at her, then the ceiling. If the gate opens, what happens to Earth? Elia didn't speak right away. Then everything dies, everything. The bunker lights flickered. Jack grabbed his rifle. Then we stop it. Elia walked to the far wall where the map had first lit up. She touched the blinking dots. One turned red. The gate is almost fully active. If Turing's crystal connects to it again, it will open. Jack stared at her. Then what do we do? She turned to him, eyes glowing bright now, no fear. Go inside. Alone. Jack shook his head. No way, we do this together. You don't understand, Elia said. This was always my path. I was made to hold the lock. To speak to the machine. If you go in, it will kill you, but it will listen to me. He stepped forward. You're not doing this alone. She touched his chest. You already saved me. That was enough. Before Jack could stop her, she stepped toward the metal door. In the floor, the one Turing's power had opened. It was waiting. Inside. A light began to grow, a hum, a voice calling her name, not Star. Elia. The machine knew she was awake now. And Earth was running out of time. Asterisk, the sky cracked open like glass. Far above Earth. Something massive moved in the dark black as space, silent as death. A ship, no, a shadow. It covered the stars and dropped. Fire toward the ground. Jack stood at the edge of the bunker, staring up, rifle in hand, wind pushing hard against him. Smoke rose from distant cities. Alarms screamed in every direction. The invasion had begun, but deep below, in the core of the Earth, one girl walked toward the heart of it all. Yet no longer afraid. No longer lost, she moved through the tunnel. The air warm with energy, the walls glowing faint blue. The closer she got, the louder the voice became, not words, but thoughts, ancient, cold, hungry, unlock, release, erase. She didn't answer it. Not yet. At the surface, Jack contacted every old soldier he knew. Fighters, hackers, survivors. Earth had no warning, but it had people who refused to die quietly. They came in stolen trucks. Broken jets, rusted MECHS. They came with knives, drones. Fists. They came angry. In the skies above, enemy ships spread out, releasing black machines like rain. And on the ground, humans fought back. Every race has a line they draw. A moment where survival becomes rage. This was humanity's moment. But while the war raged above, Elia reached the gate. It stood like a black sun, spinning slowly, with strange arms of light pulling inward. Turing's crystal had been absorbed into the machine, his body lost, his mind gone. The voice returned. You were made for this. Join us. Open it. She stepped forward, hands raised. For 1 second, her body lifted off the ground. Symbols on her. Skin burned gold. Her eyes turned white. The gate stopped spinning. It waited. And then Elia did something it did not expect. She smiled. I wasn't made for you, she said. I was made to stop you. Above ground, Jack saw a light burst from the earth. Everything shook. Then silence. No gunfire. No ships. No sound. Then a new light filled the sky. Blue, bright, blinding. The alien ships began to fall one by one like toys dropped from the sky. The machines shut down. The red lights faded. And deep below, Elia stood at the center of the gate, her body glowing. Like a star, she had become the lock, the key in the firewall. She had sealed it, forever. But she didn't. Return. Jack waited. Hours passed. Then a day. Then 2. And finally, a signal. A soft blue spark in the air, floating, dancing. Jack reached out and touched it. Her voice spoke gently in his mind. I'm still here, watching, guarding. He smiled, tears in his eyes. Earth was safe, because one alien girl with nothing, no name, no hope, had found someone who believed in her. And in return, she saved everyone.